Right, Lee and Richard, thanks very much for taking time out to have a chat with us. First thing I want to address is the rumour that the club's been in trouble. I don't know how you want to respond to that. I don't know where the rumours have come from, but
it's a rumour I actually heard myself. I had a guy telling us in the post office that the football club had closed a few weeks ago. And so I asked him the last time he'd been here, and he said he hasn't been here for years. So I was open all the last Saturday for the game that we had. So no, it's certainly not true. We're very much here, and I think the trouble is a lot of people maybe don't know when the games are because they don't follow our page, or maybe they're just working or whatever. But it'd be nice to see a bit more of the community here. Yeah. We're definitely not closed.
No, funny enough, I'd heard that too. Somebody rang me up a couple of weeks ago and said, "What's going on? We hear you're on the verge of folding." I said, "Really? Where did you hear that?" Absolute nonsense. Onwards and upwards, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, I think the club's been in the most stable position it's been for a number of years, to be perfectly honest.
I would say for a few years, obviously, with what happened to the club a few years ago, it's definitely in the best position it has been in since then.
Yeah.
I think the atmosphere around the club on Saturday was just incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing. The result helped.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere was just amazing. You know, there was a real good buzz about the place, not just after the game, before the game as well. Heads dropped a bit first half when we let those 2 goals in, but then when Stodge got the one just before half time, second half was great. Yeah,
I was just going to say we've had some changes at the club as well in key positions. Do you want to just take a run through those and explain to people what the backroom team is now in terms of the committee and that?
Yeah, so obviously I was still in the role of chairman, which I took over a few years ago and I'm still doing. Richard's now stepped up to take over the role of secretary after Helen decided she was leaving the club to pursue other things and enjoy football as a spectator. So hopefully we'll see her back at the ground as that spectater. But no, you've definitely stepped up and
Stacey's taken over running the clubhouse.
Yeah.
She's got couple of bookings in, people interested. We reopen coming out of COVID and the pandemic. Hopefully we can get some functions going and get some more money into the club. Nobody's had it easy over the last 18 months. Remember, we were hit first.
Yeah. I mean, we do have, obviously, myself, Richard and Keith obviously fill the 3 key positions, but we do have some great guys behind the scenes who, touch yourself, I have to call that a key position also, but Jeff's emptying the bins, Paul's marking the grass, there's our Simon here puttering on, there's so much goes on when things need doing. Like a door, for example, a hinge is broken the other day, that needs doing. Toilets when it needs fixing. There's litter picking, changing rooms, sweeping them out, cleaning them after every single game. Like, people don't realise the amount of stuff that goes into the ground before and after and during the game. Like, there's so much more to it than just watching the game.
Yeah, I say like volunteers are always important to a club like ours. Do you think there's scope for more volunteers to come in, or even people to return to the club?
100%. I mean, there's always something that can be done. Even if it is just a case of walking around the ground and picking up a bit of litter, or coming around and paint that door or whatever, there's always something to be done.
Yeah. You can never have enough.
No,
at this level you can't have enough. People have so many calls on their time, work and the like, and the evenings are drawing in now, so the daylight hours are important. If people have got a couple of hours during the day to come in and, as Lee says, pick up litter, do a few bits and pieces, sort the pitch out, the terraces, all to be help the club.
Yeah, definitely. Going back to Saturday, you saying there, Richard, that you felt there was like a good buzz around the ground, and although we didn't play particularly well, we got the result in the end, but I felt that as well. I have to agree with you there. There was a different sort of feel to the game and the atmosphere around the ground.
To be honest with you, about Saturday mark at 2:30, the crowd looked a bit thin on the ground, but they came in, we got a decent crowd, we got 110. Putting my head around the door at the clubhouse afterwards, the clubhouse was doing well, and we had a good take across the bar, which always helps the club. So yeah, Saturday, and there was no one thing. The result, as I say, helped, but there was no one thing. Just everything seemed to come together, and it feels like everybody's pulling in the right direction with each other.
Yeah. We haven't had a midweek game yet due to the issues we've got with the floodlights, some of the floodlights anyway. Do you want to just update people what the latest position is with those?
I can happily do that. We haven't had a happy history the last few weeks with them, but we've got a specialist floodlight electrician onto this job now. He's hopefully coming up in the next 10 or 12 days, and he will sort them so that we can get the games on, our games and Durham's games on. We can see the season out, and it buys us time instead of putting up a huge amount of money to replace lights without a grant. You can't get grants at 6 weeks' notice, and it will be a great help to the club if we can get the lights renewed, so that the old-fashioned lights where you have to put them on sequentially can be replaced, and we can put them on with these newfangled lights so you can put all in one go. That would be great progress. So we're on a time scale of the next midweek game, I think is 2 weeks, the 29th, we're at home, and that should be on.
Yeah. Great, fingers crossed on that one. Well, thanks very much, fellas. Onwards and upwards, as they say. I think we're in a good position to take the club forward. Definitely. We're still in the FA Vase. We've got a big Vase game coming up in a week and a half. Hopefully we can start picking up results on the pitch, but certainly behind the scenes it's all heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks very much, Mark.